What's up, Hirsch? First, I want to thank Principal Vaughn and Assistant Principal Miss Applewhite for this opportunity to speak to the students today. What I want to do real quick is the graduates, I want y'all to stand up on your feet and clap it up for your family and your friends for being here with us today, because without them, y'all wouldn't be here. Also, while y'all standing, you know I got to get y'all on my Snapchat real quick. Let me put it on Snapchat. Make some noise for Snapchat. All right, cool. Make sure you follow me, Trey White 88. All right, y'all can sit down. I never thought in a million years I would be here to deliver a speech. See, I'm just a kid from the south side of Chicago, repping the low end. I'm a proud product of CPS. I played basketball at Avalon Park, baseball at Cole Park right on 87th. I love a 4-piece fried hard salt and pepper with mild sauce. I love flaming hots with cheese to this day. See, you and me, we aren't that far apart. I graduated high school in 2007. And now, even though I'm here and working my dream job, I had to go through obstacles to get to where I am. See, when you face a difficulty, something you don't understand, instead of being discouraged, instead of complaining, have a new perspective. Declare, this is not here to defeat me. It's here to promote me. That's by Joel Osteen. You may see me here talking or hear me on the radio, but I do have a testimony. School was not my favorite thing growing up. Homework was a challenge, tests were a challenge, and simple things like reading comprehension were difficult to me. I knew then my learning style was different, but I knew I was never, quote, stupid. And I knew what it took to be successful. But I thank God I had advocates in my life and my school, like Miss Vasky, may she rest in peace, Miss Taylor, Miss Mooney, Miss Hatcher, Mr. Sampson. When I think about it, I feel like God places people in your life for a reason. They were so hard on me, but as I'm older, those same teachers who got on my nerves back then are the ones who were supportive of me the most. Ask yourself, who are my advocates? I'm telling you, the ones who bugged you the most, who got on your nerves, are the ones who care about you. Oh, crazy. When I was younger, I had an IEP. I'm pretty sure the staff here know what an IEP is. Well, if you're not familiar with one, it's an individualized educational plan. It's also a plan or program developed to ensure that a child who has a disability identified under the law and is attending an elementary or secondary educational institution receives specialized instructions and related services. In my mind, as a child, I thought I was, quote, LD. I had to take my tests in different rooms. I would be pulled out the classroom. I remember a time I was so embarrassed, I just put my head down on the table and acted sick because I didn't want my classmates to see me go anywhere else. If you remember, I asked, who are your advocates? Not only were my teachers mine, but so are my mom and dad who are with me today. Right in the front. Yes, I had an IEP, and yes, I was, quote, LD, but my dad always pushed me. When I think about it, he just knew that I had to work just a little harder, and there's nothing wrong with that. And my mom, she was my shield and my protection when things got rough for me. The late, great Muhammad Ali says, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Which brings me to phase 2, high school. I was so excited about going to King. I knew a lot of people. I felt like it was a new journey, a time to excel. Plus, I didn't have to wear a uniform. I could wear fresh fits, meet new girls from around the city. I knew it was going to be the time of my life, and it was. Although my IEP transferred over to high school, I didn't want that to negatively impact my high school experience, and it didn't. I excelled in my social life, extracurricular activities. I was low-key the bomb. I was even on the honor roll. Yeah, this guy was on the honor roll. I had a 3.0, and as I got older and distractions were on the rise, I still remained focused. I was on this natural high like I was unstoppable. And I knew I was going to go to any college I wanted to go to, living life, driving my mama's car, going to the rink, going to the show. I lived it up in high school until the infamous 3 dreaded letters. And no, I'm not talking about an STD, so get your mind out the gutter real quick. I'm talking ACT, aka what many know as the dream killer. I remember taking a test at De La Salle, amped up like I got this. I bought books, took classes, did all this thinking I'm straight for the test, and let's just say epic fail. That score was going to get me into any college I wanted to attend. Whatever happened to a dream deferred? It was so bad, my high school counselor told me that despite my desire to go directly to college, that was not the best option for me based on my score. She encouraged me to lower my expectations. Remember when I told you about advocates? Yeah, my parents gave me that push, but so did my sister who is here today. Yeah, she would get on me all the time and throw them hands real quick, but to this day, she is my #1 supporter. And I know some of you may not have an advocate or parent who supports you, but for those who don't, let me be the one to tell you God is your advocate. He will give you the strength to push to make it through, the love when you need it the most, the courage when nobody else is around. He is the force that will guide you when you want to give up. Between God and yourself, you have all the advocates you need. Everything else is just a bonus. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. That's by the late, great Muhammad Ali. You gotta remember, a setback can always turn into a setup. Little old me was accepted to Xavier University of Louisiana. Now, I don't know what made me apply to the school. I knew absolutely no one. I had never been to Louisiana. All I knew about the city was what happened to it during Hurricane Katrina. Xavier was the only school that accepted me, so I went. XU was known for its sciences. I had absolutely no clue what the communication program was about, but I followed my gut, and I went. I also didn't know how much I hated the heat until I moved to New Orleans, and today is not an exception. I don't like this heat at all. What I love the most about Xavier is they gave me a chance when no other school didn't. Sorry, my bad, guys.
Go ahead, boy.
Thank you. They didn't, quote, count me out. My freshman year, I took remedial math and reading classes, but what was comforting to me was it was other kids like myself and who looked like me made those classes where I needed extra help more comforting. From then, I became homecoming king and I got involved with other programs. Me? Yeah, I like to kick it and have a good time and socialize with people. So yeah, I did party in college, but I do have some pretty lit stories to tell, but I always knew I was down there to handle my business. So I got an internship at the local radio station in New Orleans, which is kind of like GCI right here in Chicago. I excelled, I got hired in promotions, but I knew I wanted more. I knew I was capable of more. So I approached my boss and current mentor and told him I wanted to be on the radio. I took the necessary steps to get there and finally got the chance. I was having the time of my life on the radio in New Orleans while still in school, and I even got a part-time job at the Gap. Yeah, it took me 5 years to get my degree when the average is 4, but I did it. I proved my naysayers wrong, and at that moment was a defining moment of my life. Here I am at one of the top HBCUs in the country with a whole life degree. Phase 3, life after college. This is when it gets rough. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's by Nelson Mandela. Here I am working at the radio station, working in my field that I majored in. I just knew once I graduated, the job offers were gonna come left and right. 3 months passed, still no job. 6 months, still no job. I needed something, so I applied and worked at Outback Steakhouse. At that point, I had 3 jobs, radio station, Gap, and Outback. At that point, I used them as learning experiences. You know, sometimes we have to seize our moments and take them for what they are. I was able to boost my communication skills because I learned how to communicate and talk to all kinds of people. Now, 6 months turned into a year, and honestly, I started to lose all faith. I was at the radio station making less than minimum wage, working a job I didn't want to be at, all with a college degree. Honestly, I did go in a dark place. I hated my career choice and honestly was at the point where I wanted to move back home. I remember seeing a job posted online and I just applied thinking, you know what, nobody's gonna call me back. I even got the person who was doing the hiring's email and sent him a direct email. I didn't hear anything, and at that point, my faith was completely gone. It was so bad. I started to question my faith in God, and I stopped praying. I wasn't focused at the radio station anymore either. But one day I got off, went home, laid in the bed, and I decided to pray. I asked God, what am I doing wrong? I then said, God, just guide me in the path you want me to be in, and I will obey it. 3 months passed, and I'm saying my prayers, getting back on track, staying positive and accepting the things I couldn't change, getting my faith in check and preparing for that moment when someone gave me a shot. You know, God placed in my life working at all my jobs to the best of my ability. I never forget, I was on the phone with my friend just pulling up to the gym, complaining and frustrated with my career, and I got a call. He said, hello, is this Trey? I said, yes. He then said, this is Derek Brown from WGCI. How are you? I said, I'm great. He said, I see you applied for an on-air position at GCI. I said, I sure did. He then said, I need someone who knows Chicago, who knows Heralds and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I do. He said, okay, well, I have some other candidates, but you should hear back from me in about a week or two with the decision. I'm like, okay. 1 month later, nothing. 2 months passed, nothing. I then sent an email asking if a decision has been made. He replied and set up a phone interview. I got called, and he said, congratulations, Trey. You waited patiently. Welcome to the team. You know, not only did I get a new job, but I got a job at the station I grew up listening to. I'm working at a place where Steve Harvey worked, Tom Joyner, the late great Doug Banks. On Friday, I will be on stage at Summer Jam talking to thousands of people at the United Center. So I'm back home. So, to the Hirsch class of 2016, I'm gonna need y'all to listen to these 5 points. Never let someone's negative opinion of you define you. And when I say no one, I mean no one. No friend, foe, fool on earth has the ability to determine who you are gonna be. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and challenge yourself. Number 2, if you are the smartest of your friends, get new friends. Surround yourself with people that challenge you to be better and motivate you to succeed. Will be honest with you when you are wrong. I will encourage you when you need a boost. If birds of a feather flock together, don't be that flock that flies off the cliff. Number 3, dream and then do. Don't be afraid to imagine the world being different and imagine yourself to be the one to change it. Then wake up from that dream and follow it. Live out your hopes no matter what comes your way, no regrets. Number 4, tell yourself that we are all one choice away. Everyone on this earth was/is one choice away from success. If you think about it, Bill Gates and El Chapo aren't that different. Both entrepreneurs, both work hard on products and distribution. The difference, one choice. Bill Gates made a computer software used by the world, and El Chapo, well, you know what he sold. One is a free man who was able to support his family and society in the open, and one had to climb through literal crap to try to escape, but will ultimately spend the rest of his days behind bars, all because of one choice. And finally, please listen to this. And pretty much this is the most important, number 5. We are descendants of royalty. Not the kings of the blocks or our hoods, but I mean kingdom royalty. Our people have ruled nations, taken over portions of the world, and even built America. We stand on the shoulders of people that gave their lives so that we could openly move about this earth with dignity. Let us never forget where we come from. And let us remember that it is up to us to show the world just what they fought for. Through our veins pumps the bloods of kings and queens, not N's and H words. Remember this, believe this, live this, and congratulations to the class of 2016. I'm out.